You ain't not but a hound dog, crying all the time. You ain't not but a hound dog, crying all the time. You ain't never caught a rabbit and you ain't no friend of mine. Hey guys, David from PassTheGuitar.live here for another song tutorial. And in this video, we're gonna be covering Hound Dog, a classic by the king, Elvis Presley. Fantastic song for beginners because all we need are 3 basic chords, a basic strumming pattern, and a capo on the 3rd fret. So make sure you have one with you, and if you don't, check out a link that I shared on the description of this video where you can get the same capo I have here. It is also a fantastic song for more advanced players because it's a great introduction to the 12-bar blues. We're going to be covering that later on in the video, so make sure you stick around. That's all you need to know before we start this lesson, so if you are ready, you know the drill. Let's waste no more time and dive right in. Alright, the first step is to take a look at those 3 basic chords we're gonna need for this song and make sure we know them. Don't forget, we're gonna be using a capo on the 3rd fret. So we are gonna be using A major, D major, and E major. That's it, 3 basic chords, and if you don't know them really well or you don't know them at all, check out this playlist where we cover the 3 of them and much more. And then you come back here and continue the video. Practice these chords as much as possible because this is the first step. The following step is to take a look at the strumming pattern we're going to be using. And we're going to start by taking a look at this simple one here. 4 quarter notes, which means 4 strums down to the beat. Super nice and simple for all of you to follow along. So here it is. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Down, 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 down. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's it. This is all you need. If you feel comfortable with this and you don't want to add anything else, you're going to be all set to go. And if this is still too hard, you can even just play 1 strum per measure, just a long holding for every chord. But if you want to spice it up a little bit, let's take a look at this other strumming pattern. There's this one here. It has 2 eighth notes on the 3rd beat. So we do get to play an up strum here. But keep in mind that these 2 eighth notes are going to be played with a shuffle feel because that's the rhythm feel of this song. And the shuffle feel is basically we don't subdivide the 2 eighth notes equally. The first one is a little longer than the second one. Even eighth notes sound like this. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And the shuffle eighth notes sounds like this. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. There is a little bit of a swing to it, right? Get used to the shuffle feel because a lot of songs and rock songs, blues songs are gonna use a shuffle feel for the subdivision of the eighth notes. Let's practice the second strumming pattern, the one with the eighth notes with a chord. Let's use A major. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Down, 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 up, down. Down, 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 up, down. Make sure you also notice that I am putting emphasis on the 2nd beat. I'm playing the 2nd quarter note stronger and louder than everything else. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. That will really help with the swing, adding the 2 eighth notes and adding the accent on the 2nd beat. Now that we covered the chords and a variety of strumming patterns you can use for this song, which there are many you can do, it's time for us to go to the next step while learning the song, we're gonna go over the song form and the chord progressions. And it's actually just one chord progression because I mentioned in the beginning of the video, we're dealing here with a 12-bar blues. 12 bars because it's a 12-bar chord progression. It has 12 measures and it repeats over and over, and that's all we're gonna play for this entire song. That's it. There is no intro or outro, choruses or verses. There are gonna be just that chord progression, and we're gonna call them verses. Let's take a look at it. And this is a 12-bar blues. The first line, we have 4 measures of A major. So super nice, we stay on A major for the entire first line. So 4 measures of A. Moving to the second line, we're gonna play D major for 2 measures. And we have back to A major again to end that line. 2 more measures on A. And then the last line is the most iconic line and the most different line in of the 12-bar blues and of the song. We do play in E major on the first measure of the third line, and then we head into a full measure of D major, and we end with 2 full measures of A. And notice here that I wrote the last measure with a break. It means that there is a quarter note with the A chord on top, and then 2 rests, a quarter rest and a half rest. We're just gonna hit that A major on the first beat and then be silent for beats 2, 3, and 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That's what we call a break. I told you we're going to talk about a 12-bar blues. If you don't understand what a 12-bar blues is and you're not actually studying blues yet, that's okay. Just think about that we have a 12-bar chord progression. But for the ones that are watching this video that understand blues, this is a 12-bar blues. We start with 4 measures playing the 1 chord, in this case A major. And then we go to the 4 chord, which is D, for 2 measures on the second line, head back to 1, which is A, for the last 2 measures of that second line. And then on the last line, we have the iconic turnaround of the blues, where we play 5, which is in this case E major, go to 4, which is D major, and finish everything on 1. And this is as basic as it can be for a 12-bar blues. Let's practice that by plugging in the strumming pattern. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 8, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Third measure, 2, 3, and 4. Heading to the second line. And D, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3. Back to A, 2, 3, and 4. Here we go to the last line with E, 2, 3, and 4. D, 2, 3, and 4. A, 2, 3, and 4. A, break, 3, 4. And now that we covered everything we need to know in order to play this fantastic song, it's time for us to take the next step and put together everything we learned in a playthrough demo to practice playing the song. And we're gonna do that by playing one of the verses. Here we go. 1, 2, 1. You ain't not but a hound dog, crying all the time. You ain't not but a hound dog, crying all the time. Here we go, E. You ain't never got a rabbit and you ain't no friend of mine. 2, 3, 4, break. And that's a wrap for this tutorial. I hope you guys enjoyed and learned a lot. Thank you so much for watching. And before you go, don't forget that you now have to take the next and final step, which is to show what you learned to someone, whether you teach somebody the song or you perform the song for someone. And don't forget to check out our playlist Song Tutorials, where you can learn and add tons of songs to your repertoire. My name is David, and I'll see you guys on the next video.